welcome back and Happy New Year. I've got Monarch in the studio to help me kick off 2026. Monarch is a local Twin Cities band, one of my favorite on the scene, okay? We got Ben and Charlie starting us off, telling us about how Monarch formed and about the time they first picked up their guitars. Okay, then we have a mid-episode swap. Audie, the producer, joins us in the chair to tell us about how Monarch writes their songs and about his goals of becoming a full-time producer. Plus, stick around to the end of the episode, okay, the very end. Ben gets on his guitar and shows us how he took a famous artist's riff and turned it into his own special track, okay? And we get bonus content, Monarch's upcoming album. We hear sneak peeks of their new songs, okay, multiple. So stick around to the end of the episode to hear those as well. It's a very special episode full of content, so please enjoy Season 3, Episode 9 of A Whole Nother Story Podcast. Ben and Charlie, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
How we doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good.
I'm doing just fine.
We're recording this near Christmas, but this will be coming out after Christmas, unfortunately. But y'all are done with your finals. Yay. Good job.
Feels good.
Good. Charlie, you just had your recital, right?
Yeah, I did. I had my level 1 guitar recital at the University of St. Thomas.
Sweet. And how did that go?
Went pretty well, I think, yeah.
Guitar. So how many songs do you have to prepare for that?
I had to prepare 2 pieces for that. Yeah, so it was about 8-9 minutes of music.
Nice. Solid. But like perfection, obviously.
I hope so.
Yes.
Did the best I could.
Yes, exactly.
In the semester, it's been a wild ride, but a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I have done so many gigs. I'm ready to be done with that.
Yeah.
Even though I like it, it's just like, it's that time to go home and relax and do nothing. So
correct. And enter the new year.
And I was at Charlie's recital. It was really good.
Yes.
Thanks,
Shouts out. Yeah. Shouts out. Because I don't think you would tell me if it went like super well. Yeah. Am I right about that?
He's a humble guy. It was good.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. So what other highlights did you have this semester? Because first of all, the reason you're here, I always want to invite more creative people into the space. It's half of this podcast. More than half, I would say, are creative guests. But super excited you're here. You're in a band called Monarch. Yeah. And you do a lot of things outside of that. We will get to that. But tell me a little bit about your year as Monarch.
As Monarch, we have had a ton of highlights. It's been a really fun ride. I could start with most of it really picked up in the summer for us. We released a song in August. And then literally right after that, we had our debut green room show as Monarch for one of their new band night series. We played with a bunch of other great bands. We played with Astronomy Town, Whole Mother, and No Regard, all also from the Twin Cities and also starting out, which was really cool. And just the energy and highlight of that show, we're still riding the high from releasing a single. It was just super fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet. We will probably play this. Not probably. We will play the new single for you later.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is super exciting. I first want to get into, I want to go way back.
Yeah.
And that is like, how did you guys get into music? Like, was it, I started piano when I was 3, or do you have like a specific pinpoint moment you can think of? What was it?
I played guitar on and off when I was in elementary school and middle school. So I didn't really like practicing. I didn't play that much, but I had a really great teacher who I really liked a lot. So I enjoyed going to lessons. And then around late middle school, early high school, my interest in music started picking up. My dad is a huge music head, so he would just constantly be playing music around the house, and he was constantly talking about music. And he was probably the first guy I ever heard speak intelligently about music or any type of art, and that sort of had a big influence on me. So by the time I was interested in playing guitar and playing music when I was in high school, I had already been doing it for a couple of years, so I could just jump right into it and play all the time. And then COVID hit. That's basically all I did for 5 months was play guitar. So
there you go. Glad that that's what you got out of COVID.
Yeah.
Like the intense practice time. That's good because some people just shut down. Did you ever dabble in any other instruments?
Not really. I've kind of stuck to guitar. Once every couple months, I'm like, maybe I should learn piano, and then I try for about a day and decide it's too hard and go back to guitar.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sweet. Ben, what about you?
I actually did dabble in other instruments. The first instrument I played was saxophone. That was kind of like my school instrument, where in 5th grade, the teacher calls you in and lays a bunch of instruments out and it's like, choose, see if you can play this.
Yeah.
And I managed to play saxophone. So I stuck with that all the way through senior year of high school. But freshman year of high school, actually like the summer before freshman year, I picked up my dad's guitar. Now this goes way back. Why my dad had a guitar? When he was in high school, he was in a band called the Harmonicats, which was a 3-piece with his twin brother, and this other guitarist called Robbie Caldwell. And that summer before freshman year, I picked up the guitar, and I also listened to a bunch of cassettes he recorded of his band
Oh, no way.
playing.
Sweet.
So I had that, and my dad had this like 1975 Gibson Les Paul Custom and a tobacco sunburst, which sounds like a bunch of nonsense maybe, but like it was like this really, really cool guitar. And like I saw that thing in the basement and I was like, I just got to try that. And I started playing guitar then my freshman year as like a side thing. My music director in high school started to notice, and she was like, we have a few parts for you in the concert band that we want you to play these like Trans-Siberian Orchestra guitar parts for the Christmas concert. We want you to play like the 30-second timeouts at basketball games.
Oh, really?
It was like that was a thing that I did for 4 years.
No way.
And I guess that did a lot for me in terms of learning all these new rock songs. But my dad was eventually like, okay, you got to get yourself your own guitar. So
Sure.
I got my first guitar freshman year, and I started doing all these basketball games, like playing short little rock songs, and it kind of became my whole thing. And by senior year, when I told you like I was still playing saxophone, I was mainly playing guitar at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I really started.
Sweet. Do you have names for your guitars, and what are they?
I kind of do, but it's not. I don't really call my guitar this, but I have a red Strat, and I teach music lessons. And I had a young student once, a very young kid who looked at my red guitar and called it Clifford. Like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Wait.
That's great.
So, yeah.
That's
unofficial
awesome.
name for the red Strat is Clifford.
Love it. I would say it's official.
Yeah.
I think you just run with it. You run with it.
Yeah.
Well, yours is like bright blue. Am I right?
Okay, that's one. So that's the most recent guitar I got. That is like a Silver Sky model. That's the name of like the official guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool that I haven't found a name for it yet. Like I haven't been able to top Silver Sky.
Sure.
The other guitar I played, which was the one I bought my freshman year of high school, was a used guitar, and it was all black. So I just naturally called it the Black Stallion. And
Perfect.
that stuck with me. Like it stuck with it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He was riding the stallion the entire time.
Through high school. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's very important that you name things like that. The only thing that I own that has a name is like my car.
What is the name?
My car is Martha.
Martha. How did you get Martha?
It's a Mazda. And I sent out a poll. What should her name be? Martha. Yes. I'm glad you guys have official names for them.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's very important for the personality of the instrument itself, especially as you are playing it and getting to know it.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing.
That guitar has survived so many like high school gigs with like basketballs being thrown around, and now so many like transportations to gigs and like bars. So it has that personality. It's really cool.
So beyond you two shredding guitar, what was the formation of Monarch like? How did you guys come together?
Charlie kind of got into my sphere, and I got into his sphere like our sophomore year of high school. But I met some of these guys like first day of college, like day one. I met our producer Audie, who's gonna come on the podcast in the theory class on the first day. Same with Ian, and it's those interactions which are so strange because like you meet this person and they talk for the first time, and it's like a first interaction, and at that point you have no idea how like profound the impact they're gonna have in your life is gonna be. So it was really cool. But some of them were day one, and freshman year we all knew we played instruments, and we started playing like jamming together. Like I jammed with Ian. Audie showed up to a few jams on saxophone, and then I guess Charlie can talk about this next part, but I signed up for a course called PMC, which I had no idea that like Charlie was gonna sign up for, and yeah.
Yeah, PMC or Pop Music Collective is a course that they offer over at University of St. Thomas, and the concept of the class is that students show up on the first day with whatever instruments they know how to play, and then they're sort of separated into groups, and then over the course of the semester with your group, you write pieces of music, and then at the end of the semester, there's a big performance where everyone plays the things that they've written. So it's sort of like any other musical ensemble you'd take at a college course, just that the students are the ones who are writing the music. And that was the first time I had ever played with a band or with other musicians in a band setting. And so it's the first or second time I met Ben and Ian and some of the other guys in the band was in the context of playing music. So it's pretty interesting that we ended up going on to form a band. So we did that for 2 semesters. We did Pop Music Collective for 2 semesters. And when we got to the end of the first semester, we had about 4 or 5 original songs that we thought were pretty good. And it kind of just was a natural progression. It was like, this is fun and we like doing this. Why don't we make this a thing outside of the context of this course?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that April 10th, we had our first gig at a place called Rock Music Lounge.
Sweet. So it was born out of the class.
Yeah.
Cool. And was 4 to 5 pieces of music standard, or did you guys just like rock so hard to go up and above and beyond?
This was interesting. I guess we didn't. So first of all, we didn't have the name Monarch like through the first semester.
Mm-hmm.
We like came up with like a made up name, and like all names are made up, but this was a name we were like, where you were like, you just need to think of something. There wasn't a lot of thought put into it.
Should we say what the original name was?
Please.
It was called Stone Soup.
Stone
Soup was the original
Delicious.
name.
I don't know why. But there's a book called Stone Soup where all these people bring different ingredients into a thing, and it's like the village's like stone soup. So it's kind of like we're all bringing different instruments and people into this band, and
hell yeah, there was thought behind it.
I guess there was.
Okay, but then how did you come upon Monarch?
Monarch happened January before the next semester of PMC, where we really just sat down and we were like, butterflies are cool, and the monarch butterfly is an endangered species right now, so it's important, and we knew that it would have a lot of really cool design potential. And yeah, so Monarch then, once we had settled on the name, that's when I feel like we started really forming as a group. Like it took the name to like say, okay, we have a name now that we're going to stick with that's serious. We're all going to be serious about it too. We're going to start reaching out to venues and all that. And yeah, first show, April 10th, 2024.
Do you guys like the process of reaching out to the venues, like the managerial side of things?
It was definitely something that took a while to learn how to do correctly or to do in a way that was professional. I was the one who did most of our booking and sort of venue management and stuff like that for the first probably year that we were doing it. It's a little more spread out now between everyone, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So yeah, that was sort of something I had to figure out and navigate and learn how to communicate with a lot of those, venue people in the professional way. Yeah.
What have you had some nightmare experiences booking, or is it typically pretty chill around here?
It's typically pretty chill. I've had some experiences that were not great, but yeah, I can't think of a local band who would say something different. I think everyone's probably had a couple rough nights, rough gigs.
You just never know who you're communicating with. Like, sometimes you have people who are really on top of it with responding some venues, and then other times you have venues that are like, yeah, we'll get you the advance, and you really don't know when, and then you send an email and they don't get back to you, or you're trying to like call them about a gig and still nothing. So it really depends, but I think the gig has always ended up happening on the night. Like there's never been from the venue side like a cancellation or anything.
Cool.
So
well, that's a relief to know. What's the Twin Cities music scene like? Because I've explored a little bit, honestly, thanks to you guys. Like you guys have brought me out to so many gigs. Like I'm like, oh, Monarch's gonna be there, I'm gonna show up. Like genuinely it's a selling point. But yeah, what has been your experience in the Twin Cities?
I would say that the Twin Cities music scene is very, very diverse. There's sort of a scene for everything, regardless of like what type of music you're into. And I would also say that for the most part, people are very friendly. I don't think we've played with that many bands or really any bands at all where I thought that like, oh, they weren't very nice. Like pretty much every show we've played with, I've walked away going like, that was a bunch of nice people and that was fun. So I think it's very, very inclusive and welcoming and friendly. Yeah.
And on the diversity stuff is I don't think we've ever had an instance where a band was like, no, we don't want to play with you, or like they didn't reach out because of our genre. I think these genres, like just because everybody's in this scene together, do mix like a ton. Like we've played shows where we're kind of like the rock group, and then we have like a super far like indie acoustic group, or like we're rock, and then we see these like metalheads who are like rocking so much more than we are, and we're on the same bill, and they're really friendly and awesome, and they listen to our music and we listen to theirs. So yeah,
Everyone just sort of wants to support each other and help everyone do the best they can. So it's a good place to be.
Brilliant. Have you also found like more like comfort as you're getting older too and playing more gigs of like, absolutely, I'll interact with any band that's showing up tonight and like learning about all these different genres?
Yeah, it takes an attitude that I've kind of developed with time with it. But yeah, like I genuinely want to meet people, listen to music, because you don't know what you're gonna like discover. Like there are like small bands that I have on my Spotify saved and that like are in my top 10 because I found them in the Twin Cities. Their shows are like cheap and their music is great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's really important, I think, to stay open minded and have want of like listening to people's music and listening to their sets and being there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll get into more of the writing, producing side when we've got a producer in the chair. But what I want to know what it's like for you guys. Where do you find your inspiration from?
I would say that just listening to music inspires me, which I guess is not a very exciting answer and is not very specific, but I would say nothing makes me want to pick up my guitar and write something more than listening to something that really excites me. So if I discover a new piece of music or a new band or something I've never heard before and it's really exciting to me, it makes me want to pick up my instrument and write something. So I'm constantly looking for new stuff that'll want me to get the creative wheels turning.
Hell yeah. Are there any specific genres too that you like feel influences you that's just like out of left field maybe?
I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I'm always trying to look for something new, but I do usually come back to stuff in the sort of like rock blues sphere. That's sort of my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you know Travis Scott?
I've heard of him, yes.
I could show you a song on guitar that's like how I turned a Travis Scott riff into like a Monarch tune.
Absolutely yes.
Absolutely yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can talk about that in a bit. But in terms of influence, it's like it's really cool. Like for me, I came from this background of like a lot of rock. Like in high school, I was all about like Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, and then I met these like 5 other people in the band, and now I'm listening to like Childish Gambino, a lot of Audie's like tastes and stuff, Charlie's stuff, like everybody. And so the genre mixing did really kind of become a thing where we all have these shared songs that we're listening to. And yeah.
Sweet. Throwing an a cappella concert here or there.
Yes. Cadenza was amazing.
On.
Can we talk about
Hell yeah.
Can we just pivot to like, so Cadenza December 2025 was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Speak on it.
Speak on it?
No, I mean, yeah, if you want.
It was really great. I went because thank you, Charlie. I went because I have a lot of friends in Cadenza, so I play with like Alexis Schulke, who's in another band that I play guitar with, like Terrorvision, and then obviously friends with all the girls there who do music business, friends with like Phoebe Hand, and then Savannah John, a 480 artist, and also once did a Monarch feature at a show.
Yeah.
So
yeah, at the Amsterdam. That show was sweet.
That was a fun show.
That was another like genre crossover almost.
Yeah.
Because like the recorded version of Violets for Her, we've talked about this, is like a little more mellow. It's not even mellow, I would say, overall, but then she had envisioned it live. She was like, no, I want the full rock version. So playing with Monarch Oh my God, we were shook. It was incredible to hear the rock version of Violets. And I need more.
Anymore. Yeah, dude, that was such a fun collab because I mean, we listened to those songs and we were like, yeah, we should have a feature with Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Like we listened to Violets and we are like, this is an awesome song. She's a great lyricist. She's a great singer, and I think we can do this. The big kicker was we need to ask her about what we can and cannot do. So like when we had her in for the first like rehearsal, we were like, do you like the electric guitar distortion on this? Are you okay with this drum stuff? And we wanted to get everything cleared by her, and she was honestly just so open to everything, and which was really great. And I think we put on a good show. So
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. One of my favorite Monarch shows. And I'm not biased. I totally am. Yeah, so shouts out Cadenza. Again, genre bending. We're always sharing from here or there. Have you ever had hecklers at your shows?
They're usually friends.
Yeah. Yeah, most people heckling are usually friendly hecklers, I'd say, which is very lucky for us.
Yeah.
Amazing. Is it like mid-song? Do other people get concerned? Like what level do they get to?
I'd say usually between songs.
Yeah. I feel like they are friends, so like with friends it's that borderline between like disrespect for you and respect. No, I think they respect you, but they do stuff as a joke, and I don't think it's ever gone over the line.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of time. Where do you see Monarch going? Because it's upon graduation, yes?
Yep.
And there's lots more to be discovered.
Yeah. That is a bit of the scary part, is 4 of us are graduating from St. Thomas. Like that's the place where we rehearse a lot of the times. That's the place where we met each other. And that is the thing where going to school, it automatically kind of like ties you down to a location, which is the Twin Cities.
Mm-hmm.
And like, truth be told, there's a lot of uncertainty right now of like where people are going to end up.
Mm-hmm.
But there are all these things we're doing to make sure that the band is in a really good spot, even like in May. And I think a few of those things are, I don't know if we're talking about this yet, but like finishing this whole slew of Monarch tracks to be on an album. Like, how can we get this thing or the essentials of what this has been so far in a physical form before, uncertainty hits or we don't know where everybody's going to be?
Right.
What other things can we do to prepare? Oh, like I can take digital production lessons, and that helps me become more self-sufficient in terms of like sending in tracks or recording on my own.
Right.
There are all these things that we're kind of doing, and I think Charlie can speak more to that and Audie can speak more to that later. But yeah, I think it's a short answer, uncertainty, but we're prepping for it.
I know. It's good you guys sound prepared. I mean, music business, that was what I was going to say with Cadenza too, is like everyone who's in music at St. Thomas is connected. So in some way, shape, or form, like that is why you guys are in these chairs too. Like I graduated so long ago, but like I've still been going to your guys' gigs, discovering your sound, discovering other people's sound through you, because Ben's playing for 4 other bands, Charlie's playing for other bands. Like it's very cool how connected you guys are. What are your thoughts of after?
I think Ben, one of the things you said was self-sufficient, and I think that's pretty. That's an important part of it. It's just knowing what each individual person needs to do to contribute to the project as a whole. And as long as everyone sort of understands their role and understands what needs to get done, and we're all on the same page, then yeah, I think we can still get stuff done.
We want to have a huge show in May.
Hell yeah.
To celebrate, like, hopefully an album release.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere big, somewhere cool, invite all the friends and be like, you have to show up. Have features, have like our friends, like you know who, and
Yes, yeah. I do know who. That's so exciting. I'll be there. 10 out of 10. Can you reveal how many tracks you're gonna have yet, or is it still up in the air?
We'll have our guy confirm this, and maybe we take.
Period.
We'll have Mr. Adi Wudali.
We're thinking 9. We're thinking between 5 and 10 tracks.
Cool.
Hopefully on the higher end of that, but if everybody does their stuff, which those of us here will definitely be pushing people to do. So yeah.
Wow, everyone contributes. Sounds like socialism to me.
What has been your favorite like venue to be at? Just in general, like for a Savannah show, for any band show? What's your favorite?
Green Room.
Green Room?
Yeah, Spencer. Yeah. I had never been there until Spencer and TerraVision played.
Yeah.
And I was like, this place is sweet. Because it's like, I haven't been upstairs because for new band night, they like block the upstairs so it makes people be present, be there.
Yeah.
But just like seeing my peers up on that big of a stage, first of all, I mean, it's not huge, but it's like a legit setup with the lighting. Thank you, Jonah had the disco ball going. He's like, can we get the disco ball going? Like, it was just a fun atmosphere.
What show was that? What date was that? Was that like this
November. Well, what a transition. Surprise. Audie, welcome.
Thank you.
Wow. This is exciting. I've never had a mid-episode switch before. We got intros to Ben and Charlie. Now it's your turn a little bit. I need to know first, how was this year for you? You graduated a few years ago.
Yeah. I don't know, like last summer or the summer before or something. And then, yeah, I've been producing a lot recently, kind of trying to get my foot in the door in the industry. But right now, prioritizing the Monarch stuff. We're trying to make this album like some of our best work, something to be proud of.
So the producing side of things, are you producing for just Monarch, or how many projects you got going at once?
So I have a bunch of things going on. Like I have one other band that I'm in called Sapien. We're getting ready for our debut project, and then I have some clients that I work with, like rappers, like a couple rock bands. Trying to think of UST people. There's this freshman kid, Makeshift was their band. We played a show with them.
Yes.
They were one of my clients at one point. So background in hip hop, but then this year I've been going more with the live sounds.
And I already asked Ben half this. Ben, we're just gonna ignore you down here. No, I'm kidding. But where do you get your influence from? Would you say?
I would say like my influences are definitely in the hip hop realm. Like I'm a huge He Who Shall Not Be Named, aka Kanye person. He's kind of been like my most consistent influence throughout my music making.
Musically, or musically.
Yeah, that's like my favorite production style.
Thank you for prefacing music only.
Oh
For the
yeah.
record.
Yeah.
No, I can't get down with the politics, but
Yeah, I don't know. How many instruments do you play?
I play like a little bit of most instruments. I don't play like flute or trumpet, but like most, like guitar. I play a little guitar, a little bit of bass. Drums is one that I've been getting into a lot recently. Playing bongos for Monarch and sax.
Sweet. Yeah, you had those on stage at the Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
How many songs do you do on each, do you think, during a set?
I mean, so being the producer, I tend to like write my parts last on the track. So my parts are changing a lot. Usually I'll pick bongo or sax on a song though.
Bongos have been just that extra like texture to some song that just like feels like it actually does really do a lot for the track. So
hell yeah. Especially rock.
Yeah.
I couldn't name a rock song for you that has bongos in it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Could either of you?
Well, it's weird. We knew this guy who Audie and I were both interns for this guy called St. Paul Peterson. And St. Paul Peterson was this Minneapolis like icon. He was part of this Peterson family thing, which were really big in St. Paul and Minneapolis. And we both did like video and post-production editing for him for like years. I did it for like a year. Audie, you did it for like 2 years. And he had so many connections and so many people that we then got to interact with or communicate with. And one of those guys was this bongo player called Lenny Castro. And on the surface, he was just some like funny old guy in these videos that you edited who played the bongos on these tracks. And then like you take a deeper dive and you look him up and it's like, this guy toured with John Mayer. And like, we're like, what?
No shit.
And you can go on YouTube and you find like Lenny Castro's setup for the John Mayer tour. And it's all these bongos and drums. It's like, that's insane. And you hear like, you see a concert footage of like John Mayer at a show being like, give it up for my band. We got like Lenny Castro on the bongos, and he plays something. And it's like, that's really cool. So
hell yeah.
It's one of those things where it's probably a really niche community, but bongos really do a ton. Like, I don't know.
They're fun.
The bongo community. Let's
Bongo
get
community.
it.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I think, will you play bongos at my next party, please?
Hell yeah.
I think that would be such a vibe. Some of my friends are planning their wedding right now. And they have a choice between violin or harpist. And I'm
Mm.
like, no, what about the bongos? Come on.
I think it's five. I think drums,
Genuinely.
especially in terms of if you want dancing, if you want fun, it's percussion. Percussion is
Yeah.
like the cornerstone of rock.
Yeah.
And
You were talking about how you add your parts last when you're working on songs. What is your guys' writing process like for your new songs? Walk me through it.
Coming in, recording, going back, then like I'll mix. I'll look at like what we have so far, and then we'll like need to come back in, repeat until we get something that we're really liking.
Mm-hmm. What's like the most memorable song recording that you went through? Name the track.
I feel like Let the Games Begin, one of our upcoming ones, because we were live tracking for that one. So we were all playing at the same time rather than
Oh, sweet.
like doing like one instrument at a time.
were the drums live tracked? Is that the part?
The ones that are in there right now, yep.
Or live tracked, and everybody else was like in something.
Mike's DI.
Oh, so you got like a drum take pretty isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah,
Cool.
that's cool.
There you go.
Yeah, so what I've kind of realized, like, since I wasn't always a rock producer, is that like, well, you might get like the best like resolution and audio quality from doing it one at a time. It almost always works better when the band tracks all together
Mhm.
because of like the chemistry that goes on, like the whatever level of mind reading of the other people while you're both playing, rather than just like listening to it through speakers or something.
What software do you use for
Ableton.
producing? Ableton. I don't know much about the music side of things. You like it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Period.
They could change a few things, but it has served me well. So
Where do you want to get to with your producing?
I would like to like make a full-time living from it. Like my ultimate goal with music would be to like work with the artists that like I kind of grew up listening to.
Is it time to play the new track for everyone? Do you have your device on you?
I do.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Commodity. Already over 3,000 listens. That's a lot. All right. And you're going to get more after this episode, obviously. Lots of eyes, Commodity. But you got your new tracks coming up. When are you aiming to drop new stuff?
I would say within the next 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
likely sooner.
And did you not play a new song at Kieran's for people? Or am I tripping?
We played a new one.
That's what I thought. That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Do you remember I made the title?
Let the games begin.
Let the Games Begin, the one you were mentioning earlier that had this sick live recording. Amazing. Amazing. Let the games begin. All right, Commodity, let it rip. Hold it up. The bass at the beginning. Period. No, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Commodity 10 out of 10. You guys play that one at the gigs I've been at, and I love the bass, first of all, and the saxophone. I'm biased.
Or I wrote that riff like my freshman year in the dorms.
No shit.
In the dorms.
Which dorm?
Tommy North at the time.
Tommy North.
Yep.
That's where I was.
Yep.
Yuck.
What floor?
4.
4. I was 5th. And then I got up on the roof one time and we called it 6th floor.
Good. As
Um,
you should.
But no, I really came in with that riff, and then it was a PMC song, so I came in with that riff and was like, Caleb, listen to this. And he was like, I'll be back next week, and came in and made the song entirely his own with like the lyrics and everything. And he really drove like the structure of the song. And then everybody gets involved after that with solos. And when Adi got into the group, we were like, this has a lot of sax potential too.
Mhm.
So, and production potential, just like adding things like those little ad libs are me like doing some like James Brown, like feel good and like stuff
Hell
like
yeah.
that. So
That's awesome. Well, wrote it freshman year in the dorm and comes out in 2024. That's how much depth is behind all of these songs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
It's a lengthy process for sure.
Definitely. Well, and it's like a 5-minute song. Songs are not that long anymore.
We got some long ones coming.
we're trying to make some
Yes.
short. We're trying to make some shorter ones.
I appreciate.
So-
I want a story to be told in a song. It's fine if it's a short story, but they're playing more towards people's attention spans now rather than telling a story with the instruments and the chorus and the lyrics.
I think Commodity though, what's good about it is we really did spend a lot of time in the last stages of it cutting down, right? And
Yeah, it was like a 7-minute song, so we did cut a solid chunk out of it.
cut a bunch. We didn't want to leave any fluff, so we hope to the listeners that it's like, you can put it on and hopefully there's enough things happening in the tune throughout that we can make it through like 60 seconds of it and still want to listen. And
Yeah. At least. Hello.
hopefully. I watch too many reels, man.
Yeah. They're not wrong about the attention span, but separate issue. If something catches your attention though, it's all in the hook. And when I hear that bass, I was like, oh goddamn, yeah. 100%.
Hell yeah.
100%. How many hours a week are you guys putting in right now?
Rehearsal, we usually do like 3 hours a week.
So rehearsals are, and that it sounds minimal because truthfully right now it's like with rehearsals we aren't rehearsing a lot for live shows. Like we don't have many more this year. Hopefully like more into production. I think we do spend more time on production a week than rehearsals.
Yeah. I usually have like 2 to 3 sessions a week with some of the dudes.
Yeah, and some of us in a 6-person band, some of us get in more than others. And we try to have as much equal input as possible, just how everybody's schedule permits. So
Brilliant. Any last words on Monarch production, music, before I ask the question I ask everybody?
do you want to show Let the Games Begin? A little snippet of it?
Oh,
So it's-
shoot.
Can we show some unreleased snippet?
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
Foaming at the mouth, screaming at the television, sitting on the couch. In the dark, I'm the least, just a howl at the moon. And the drums start to play to the beat of the tune. Won't you let me stay?
Hell yeah. So, where was the inspo for Let the Games Begin?
We'd been jamming on this riff for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We wrote like the first part of it before Ian added the synth thing, right?
Yeah, so we'll hear and hear, and I don't know if we want to skip ahead or but there's this crazy synth part, and we should do the intro into that.
Yeah.
This was crazy at Karen's. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Let the games begin.
To be coming soon at some point, and we hope you like it. So, yeah.
Booyah. That's going to be so exciting to clip and drop on people. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
You heard it here first.
10 out
so.
of 10. And if they go to live shows, are you going to maybe play it at another live show?
100%. I think the
100%.
consensus is that that is a part of our like permanent set. So
Exactly. I'm not lying to you when I say like that is why I show up if Monarch's gonna be there. Come on.
Appreciate that. That
We-
means a lot to
I'm a
us.
big fan.
that is awesome. Yeah.
Sweet. You got another one?
Yes. Last one. This one's coming first.
Yeah.
A single?
This one was one that we had not had in our release schedule, but we figured that while it's still cold out, it could be good for, you know, a winter release if that's a thing. And yeah, this one's called Dying Out Loud. It was inspired by Blade Runner 2049.
Let's go.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
You're dying out loud. A missed call late at night. Down the alley, you're shining a light. Your skin's white striped, but you're dressed for the ball. Under the dress, you're hiding it all. It takes the best of us at the worst time. It plants a seed in the poor states of mind. You're holding on, but you won't let go. It's like a wound, but the scars don't show. Round the corner, I hear the siren sound. All the blood, it drives the crowd. It meets the snowfall on the ground. I said, quiet, please. You're dying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so shook. We got 3 sneak peeks.
Yeah,
Unreal.
I've been excited to share them.
Yeah.
Unreal. Let's go. I don't even know what to say. I'm like blown away because, again, the inspiration behind each one just already feels so different in the clips. And like when I listen to a new album, I don't know if you guys get this. When I hear an album for the first time, I can't make any judgments about it because songs almost sound similar to me because across an album, you want to have a theme, a similar sound, right? Overall. So then I like make things so secular in my mind, but I have to give it a few listens before it's like, okay, I see what this song is about, see what this song's mean. So
That's really interesting, the album thing, because like, yeah, I think me too. It's like I guess I'm not even judging it at first. Like the first time I listened to like Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, I was kind of listening to it and trying to ingest it in. And when you're reviewing an album on it entirely versus a song, it takes a little more time, right? Like
100%.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is my age old question. Sorry, Charlie. Maybe we'll put his answer in the comments or you can shout it out. But my question is, what are you consuming in media right now? It can be movies, TV, music, books, anything.
I've been trying to get into more local music. I had this great opportunity to play with an artist this past year called Clover's Daughter at a couple of gigs, and her album is honestly like so good. I'll send it to you. It has
Please
some really
do.
fun tracks, and she's now in Minnesota, so she's a Minnesota artist,
go.
and amazing songs and stuff. And yeah, Clover's Daughter, Minnesota artist, it's amazing. And then there was this other band called Night Moves that was based in the Twin Cities. That they have an album called Penny Days, and I think it really fits the Monarch vibe. So like if we ever get an opportunity to, after production, to get some more tunes and like write some new stuff, I'll definitely be taking some inspiration from them.
Sweet. Keep it local. I love it. I love
Keeping
it.
Local has some seriously like cool stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
I when working on music like all day, every day, so I haven't been listening to a ton of music, but like this new show I've been watching, Pluribus. It's by the dude that made Breaking Bad.
Hell yeah.
And the lady lawyer in Better Call Saul, like Rhea something. But that one's good. Severance, that's good. I like AI robot shit like that.
Hell yeah. Amazing. I have been watching, Sav and I have been watching a show that's called Pose. It's on Hulu. It's an FX show that went from like 2018 to 2021. And it was clearly like COVID canceled. I'm actually not sure. I'll have to look it up. But it's like Billy Porter, and it's about like trans people's experience in the 1980s. So like AIDS epidemic happening. So yeah, super interesting. Learning some history while also being entertained. It's by the guy, except it's by the guy who did Glee.
Oh, really?
And I think, Ryan Murphy. I think he's a bit of a freak in general.
Like what?
He also made like American Horror Story. He made the Jeffrey Dahmer show. He's got shit going on, clearly. So I like, again, stay arm's distance, but the essence of the show is really, really good.
The art and the artist.
Yeah. Separate,
That's really
I think.
cool. Yeah.
Anyways, 10 out of 10 recommend.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that is all I have for us. Charlie, you got an answer?
I've also been watching and enjoying Pluribus.
Pluribus. Apple TV. I haven't started it yet. No spoilers.
There's, except for the 7th episode, it's just they're walking the whole time.
Is it a oneer? Is it a one-shot thing or no?
No.
Okay. They're just walking.
It's really like beautifully shot though.
Okay. Well, that's important. So, lovely. Okay, last chance. Promote your shit. Go.
Okay, guys, Monarch is going to have an insanely amount of cool stuff coming up. Full steam ahead. Monarch, hop on the Monarch train. We got songs dropping, hopefully consistently, and it's going to culminate in an insane album at an insane show with all our friends and all our other performers that we know and that Sophie knows, and it's just going to be super fun. And this is a great community. It means so much to us to have people out there listening to Commodity and we want to make these tracks great for you and really enjoyable. So It's just been a great experience to be a part of in this community. And we're grateful to each and every one of you for staying tuned. So, and Sophie, we're so grateful to you for having us on this podcast.
Yeah, for real.
Anytime.
Thank you
Keep
for the
it rolling.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Love it. Mic drop. All the above. And soon.
I don't really listen to him a lot either, but I knew one of his songs because this kind of like blew up. It was used on a lot of like TikTok edits, of course. It was called Nightcrawler. Buried under Nightcrawler, you could hear some chords, and I took the time to like do the theory and figure out what they were. So this is the story of how Travis Scott's Nightcrawler became the template for Dying Out Loud. So he had a thing which was like this, where it was like, and I thought that was really cool. So I was like, okay, what if you lowered it a half step? And then now I want to add some like bossa rhythm to it, make it like more personalized, make it more fun. So I did like, and then it became, Dying Out Loud. So Dying Out Loud was taken like pretty much from a Travis Scott song, along from some other stuff. Like I really like the chorus riff, which is like this. Which is kind of Rolling Stones based with like. So I don't know. Yeah, we take a lot from other songs, but I think we do it in a really cool way that's fun and enjoyable. And if you know the callbacks to it when listening to the track, it makes it even more fun. But yeah, Travis Scott and Rolling Stones, I guess. Dying Out Loud.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Hey.